Especially in the dome. Craig's Electric. Craig told me, and I didn't realize this. I know the last time we won a game, it was in New York against the New York Football Giants.
Right.
We won 14-11. We could beat the Giants. But the last time we won in the dome was against the Falcons. The last win was almost a year ago, October the 13th, 2024. So, hey, we're on a roll now. Listen, we're on a roll. To get to 2 wins, you got to win 1, and then the Patriots come into town. Tom Brady don't play for the Patriots no more, so we beat Tom Brady anyway. But I like our chances to win 2 in a row, keep the momentum going. All I know is when you +5 in the turnover margin,
you gotta win.
Listen, you could beat the Tennessee Titans, and you'd be playing who you think is the best in the NFL right now.
We'll say Buffalo. You're right.
Yeah, if they -5 against the Titans would beat them. Now, I was a little disappointed because we won by 12 points. We should have won by 3 touchdowns. You got to take advantage when you have that opportunity. But I can tell you what, there was nothing giant about the New York Football Giants. They were the New York Munchkins. Remember Wizard of Oz, the Munchkins? Yeah, the New York Fighting Munchkins. They couldn't get nothing giant about New York football right now, whether it's the Jets or the Giants. They just hoping the damn Yankees do something, and then they got waxed by the Toronto Blue Jays. But anyway, I digress. But looking at what occurred, and I didn't know if it was going to happen. You got to weather the storm, handle adversity. We're down 14-3. But you got to keep fighting. You got to keep fighting. You take the football away. Yeah, the ball bounces your way. But if you look at it, and I've said this, look at the NFL how it is. Now, we've played. Now, think about this. This is a big enough sample size. Luke, our board operator, you know what's our record against the Giants? Think about this. We played 34 times. What do you think? We are now 17 wins, 17 losses. So the NFL loves that kind of stuff.
Parity, right.
Yes. We've won 17 times against the New York Giants, and they've beaten us 17. I mean, it's unbelievable. We tied it. We were down 17-16. But in what have you done for me lately?
Go right there.
Yeah, we've kicked that ass. If you look at it, the Saints have now beaten the New York Munchkins. We've beaten them. If you look at it, 8 of the last 10 times. So what have you done for me lately? Won 8 of the last time. And in the Dome, we've beaten them. We've won 12 times and only lost 4. So that's counting Tulane Stadium, too. Tulane Stadium in the Caesar Superdome, we're now 12-4. So that's a big positive. This is one area, if we continue to do this, is outstanding. Now, I know Kellen Moore, I'm going to bring this up to him. He's going to say, that's winning football. We do this, you can win. And how you dictate in the ebb and flow on third down. Third down, they were only 3 of 10. 30%. That's what you want to do. And then on offense, we were hovering around 50%. We were 7 of 15, 47%. That is outstanding winning football. Now, you're moving the ball. Now you got to get touchdowns in the red zone. That's why we only won by 12, and we don't won by more. But we were 0 for 3 in the red zone and 0-2 in goal to goal. So I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but that's where you need to be at least like 2 of 3. And not 0 or 3 as far as scoring points. Now, if you'd have told me this before the game, I said that we got to win the turnover battle or something, because I thought we should be able to run better than we did against the Giants, because other teams were gashing them. We only averaged 2.9 yards a carry, but we did have 30 rushing attempts for 88 yards. Good for Kendrick Miller. He's building upon what he did in the Buffalo Bills game. He averaged 4.1 yards a carry. He had a long gain of 11 yards, along with Alvin Kamara, a long gain of 11 yards. So that bode well for the running game. Now, they ended up averaging 4.7, so we were like bend but don't break. But if you look at +5 in the turnover margin, now this was interesting because I said this in the pregame, who's going to win the turnover battle? Because, we were 8th in the NFL, tied with the Giants. We both coming in the game, we only had 3 turnovers. And so all of a sudden, we go 0 for the season. Now we're +5 in the season, +5 for the game. Now we're going to be amongst the best. Now you got to continue that. Now against the Patriots,
Get 3 more.
I'll take 2. Just be +2.
I'm getting greedy.
Yeah, you're getting a little greedy. I would take that. That would go a long way. And then what do we do now? 2 weeks in a row, penalties. We're winning the penalty battle because we were averaging over 10 penalties the first 3 games. And, boy, we got some characters showing up here at the swap room.
That's what happens when you win, Cajun Cannon.
No, everybody feels good about themselves. They feel good about life and all that. Yeah, there's nothing Giants, like I said, about the Giants right now. Well, nothing about football in New York goes anywhere. But anyway, looking at the penalties, now, this cost the Giants, and they were hovering around where that's a touchdown, basically. They had 8 penalties. You don't want to have 8. I say you never want to have 9, and then you don't want to have 100 yards. But they had 8 for 95 yards. So that's like basically a touchdown. And we had 7 for 43. That should be the top. Always we can have about a handful. I think that would bode well and go a long way. I thought Spencer Rattler again. What did he do to protect the football? Had a quarterback rating of 100. Jackson Dart, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Had a quarterback rating of 73. How about Taysom Hill, Swiss Army knife? I mean, he ain't been practicing. He's been rehabbing. I don't know. He's 1 for 1. He had a quarterback rating 118. He completed a nice 19-yard pass to Juwan Johnson in the seam. He looked like a quarterback throwing the ball. It didn't look like he was trying to throw it. He looked very accurate, so good for Taysom Hill, helping out Spencer Rattler. And Rattler was 20 of 30, 225 yards with that bomb for a touchdown. If you look at, now think of this another thing, not only being on that plus in the giveaway takeaway, but being +5. You want to talk about chunk plays, and you got a scoop and score like this. This speaks volumes. We had an 87-yard touchdown bomb, Rattler, to Rashid Shaheed. Then you had an 86-yard touchdown scoop and score by Jordan Howden. Now, when you think about that, I was trying to think who was the last time. What a scoop! That's the second longest scoop and score in Saints history. I thought that might have been the longest, but you have to. I think Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell had one that was actually longer than that. But, you +5 and you tell me you have an 86-yard touchdown, an 87-yard touchdown. Well, hell yeah, the Saints won. Well, that's definitely what occurred. Now, today, the Quincy McKinstry earned his name back. Today he turned back to Kool-Aid. Ain't no damn sugar water, he's Kool-Aid.
You're back to drinking the Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, yes, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. He earned his nickname today with 2 big interceptions. I thought all the young defensive backs were outstanding, taking advantage of the opportunities. How about Sanker? Sanker coming up big. Looks like a veteran.
Back-to-back games for him, right?
Yeah, 7 total tackles, 6 unassisted, tackle for loss. That fumble recovery, always around the football. DeMario Davis forcing the fumble. And like I said, with Howden, with that scoop and score, outstanding. But looking at Kool-Aid, 2 interceptions, but leading the team with 3 passes defended. That's what you want to see. Now, it's not always all positive. I don't know. He might got to go see a sports psychologist.
Might?
That being Groupie.
Yes.
But he ain't scared. That was a nice tackle. Because Groupie's a little guy.
Well, he's been lifting.
Yeah, he's been lifting, and he's tough. I'm not saying he's not tough, but I would, if our kicker makes his kicks, I don't care if he's tough or not. He could be soft as cotton, but if he makes his kicks, I don't care. But
do your job.
Yeah, but here's Groupie right now. He's missed 5 field goals for the season. All of last year, he only missed 4. So that's not encouraging there. So he might have to go see the sports psychologist.
We'll have him how to sit down with you.
Yes, I'm going to try. I'm going to encourage him. I'm going to encourage him. But looking at that explosive play, that chunk play, Rattler to Rashid Shaheed, if you look at it, it's like, okay, 14-3 and 14-6. Groupie had just made a 53-yard field goal. But when you look at, we backed up. Rattler to Rashid, 87-yard touchdown. I wrote, this is really the first explosive play of the season. Now, we had a 39-yarder against the 49ers. That was Rashid, so that was the biggest chunk play up into that. But nothing like that 87-yard touchdown. That's what you want to see. That's actually the longest passing touchdown. You got to go back to 2016. So basically like 9 seasons ago when that kind of play occurred. But I tell you what, a big win. But we were playing well enough to win. It wasn't like except for that Seahawks game, we were fighting. But you don't get, participation trophy. You don't get no moral victories. You have to win the game. And that was outstanding to come away with that win, 26-14. Now we have to build upon that. We got to be opportunistic. And, this might even be better than if we were, let's say we would have drove down and scored on our first drive. If we'd have did that on the first drive and we were setting the tone, well, really we wouldn't have been handling any adversity. But we went, remember, we got the ball, we went 3 and out. And we didn't have as good field position as we did against the Bills. When you're trying to flip the field, where we're starting and all that.
Yeah. But
we end up going 3 and out. And the Giants get the ball. They go 8 plays, 59 yards. We're down 7-0. I said, so much for the fast start. That ain't happening.
And you kind of felt the little bit of that air in the dome kind of go tss.
Well, there's that. The fans aren't going to be yelling just to be yelling. You got to give them something to yell about.
Initially, there was that great excitement because you had Taysom Hill and DeMario.
Oh, yeah.
Taysom and Foster leading the chant.
Yeah, when Taysom also first went into the game, people start getting optimistic. But, we had this when, we're trying to answer. We go 14 plays, 70 yards, almost 8 minutes. But we end up kicking a 28-yard field goal.
Right.
That's when you need to tie the game in the future. Instead of making it 7-3, make that 7-7. But also, I'm going to ask Coach, and this would be a question of Coach Galliano. When do we decide we are running the ball out on kickoff? You know how all of a sudden, oh, man, we didn't go nowhere. When do you decide not to run out? But because you can't be going all of a sudden, oh, that was a terrible return. What we got to the 12-yard line or something. So that's something when you look what occurs. But then you look the fast start that the Giants got off, and then we were able to weather the storm. It's now 7-3, but they go 8 plays, 70 yards, right. And Dart to Johnson plus 14-yard touchdown. Now it's 14-3. But again, we kept fighting in there. We moved the ball, and we went 12 plays, only 49 yards, but the groupie kicks a 53-yard field goal. But then we kind of took off from there after it was 14-6 and 14-13. And I think I agree with Coach Kellen Moore. What was important, and you always want that momentum going into the half, that we're able to take the lead going into halftime. Because, this whole season we've only led for 4 minutes. And that was waiting the Cardinals game. So you look, we have not really led. So I think even groupie, you got to get points there. It was just a 29-yard field goal. You ready to have a touchdown, but at least, we're able to take the lead. And I was like, whoa, we have the lead at halftime. So you got to feel good about yourself going in at halftime. But I tell you what, a big Saints win.
And then after that second quarter, the Giants never scored again.
Never scored. That was the thing. What was the unanswered points? Did we have 23 unanswered points? Yeah, because I want to say it's 14-3.
Correct.
So we scored 23 unanswered points. So kudos goes to the team and the whole team effort, and props go there because, we totally turned the tide and had the momentum throughout to finish that strong. Again, the New York football fans, they were coming, they were representing. But you can't talk to no smack to know who that nation member. No. Then what have you done for me lately? No, well, we've whipped you. The bottom line is they have not gotten the best of the Saints. Like I said, if you look at it, playing in New Orleans, you might as well stay in New York and don't even travel because we've won 12 times and only lost 4. And like I said, wherever you're playing, whether in New York or New Orleans, we won 8 of the last 10 games. So a big win for the Saints. Now, the Patriots, I expect us to be able to take care of business. Now, you got to take care of don't feel advantage. It's been a year since we got a home victory.
We broke the seal.
We broke the seal, and now we just need to come away with a big win. But again, it could have been even more. And no, I like to see in NFL history, you could do +3, +4, or +5. What's the winning percentage? I would be shocked if somebody ever lost and would be Charlie. Look that up. If somebody's ever been +5 in an NFL game,
it's almost mathematically impossible.
And lost, yeah. I want to know, but who screwed the pooch on that? Who would be +5 and still lose the game? Because to me, I think like even +2, you win like low 80s, 80%, like 82% of the time at +2. So you can look at +3, +4, +5 and go, no, the Saints are going to win. We have to win. But they was keeping it interesting in the fourth quarter. It ain't over till it's over.
Sure.
You got that ridiculous call. You can't hit the quarterback no more. You're not old school. I'll put a skirt on him.
Don't know what a hit is.
You can't hit him in the head. You can't hit him too low. Oh, now, God forbid you hit him too hard, because you can hit him hard. I thought you could hit him hard, but just don't land on him. Now you can't even hit him hard, because if you hit him too hard and the quarterback's helmet moves, that must be a penalty. No, so what the NFL, like Mickey Loomis and all, they're going to put that into the front office, in the NFL, and they're going to say, what they tell you to apologize? Oh, we missed that one.
Yeah. It was that Carl Granderson was so unblocked, I think they had to call something.
Yeah, they had to call somebody who's coming free. How are you supposed to coach that up?
No, that was ridiculous.
Go hit the quarterback. You maybe throw him down. Don't land on him, or don't hit him too hard. No, that was ridiculous. You can't have those kind of plays. I know you want to protect the quarterback, but you cannot
Granderson
call
didn't even follow through on the tackle. He let up.
That's what I'm saying. There's if that would have been against Rattler, you can't call that.
Right.
Any quarterback, you cannot make that call in the NFL. Like I said, I know you want to protect the quarterbacks, but you cannot. That could be crucial in a critical game. It didn't matter.
Our supercomputer Charlie was at it, Bobby. The Chargers lost a playoff game with a +5 turnover margin. What? They lost 31-30 to the Jags in the 2023 wild card game, blew a 27-point lead.
That sounds like when the Bills came back against Warren Moon and the Houston Oilers. When Frank Reich came in for Jim Kelly.
Yes, indeed.
No, I guess miracles can happen. And thank God it didn't happen today, because I said, no, Saints are winning. We're +5. We're going to win this game.